The hardest part about grief is learning to live after your loss. Welcome to my journey. And I would like to welcome you guys to the beginning of my journey through loss and surviving grief. And for those of you who don't know who I am the most special thing that I think I am is Aiden's mom. And Aiden Satoshi Brown was my son. He was diagnosed with cancer at 13 months, and we fought until 2017 before Aiden lost his battle to childhood cancer. So since the loss of my son, I've gone through so many things. Some beautiful things, some ugly things. I've learned a lot. I've seen a lot. And I think the most important part of my journey is being open and raw about everything that I've experienced and how I feel. And hopefully by me sharing this and my experiences and what I'm going through and, how I feel about the loss of Aiden, that I can help other people and other moms who are going through the same kind of grief that I am experiencing. And, through that grief, I've ran into other obstacles that, losing a child should be enough, but to be able to be forced to go through, the corruption of our court systems and corruption of our government offices and just be a grieving mom. I don't know how you get stuck in something like that and how so much corruption can be done right in plain sight without anybody doing anything about it. But, for me, I've lost so much. And nothing ever will compare to the loss of Aiden. So I can't be mad about all of the things that I see happening around me, because even through that, there's bigger problems. Watching your child go through cancer and watching children die is still a harder task than me fighting the corruption of the government and the court systems. And I feel like that's where my purpose is with the children and helping these mothers. And I pray daily for God to deliver me from this situation, for somebody to care enough to help me and just let me have peace. I became a victim of mortgage fraud in 2017, and it was about a month after the loss of my son. And I'll go into all of these things, as my videos continue and episodes continue with my channel. And I've had it now since before Aiden passed. And, going through all the things that I've been going through, I would just be like, okay, well, as soon as this is over, I'm going to do this. And as soon as this is over, I will be able to take a break. And here I go 3 years later, and nothing is ever over. So I have to find a way to live through this. I have to find a way to still have joy in my life. And the hardest part about all of it is I've never had a chance to grieve my son. I've never had a chance to go through his things. They're still in storages. It's, and it's just so unfair to me and hurtful that I can be so disregarded. And the evidence can be so powerful and compelling as what I've submitted to all 15 judges, and all 15 of them, care more about covering things up for other judges and lawyers and companies. And the harsh reality to this all is I'm one person. I'm a Black woman in America. I'm a good person. I help people, but I'm one person. So when we walk into a courtroom, no matter how educated and smart we are, when they make sure you have no representation, there's a reason. And the reason is they're going to violate every single one of your civil rights. And as long as they do it within the jurisdiction that they work in and they have a white collar organized crime, nobody stops them. And this is happening all over the United States. So as the episodes go on, I will include other mothers who are going through different court battles and the injustice in the court systems, and mostly just civil rights violations. And, it breaks my heart. I hear other stories about a mom whose child's been taken away and her child's still alive. And I think about how much I miss Aiden and to know your child is here and he's somewhere and you can't get to them, it makes me want to cry for this mom. And it makes me think, I'm being attacked by all these people, but it can't even compare to what this mom must be feeling. And I'm not sure about all the particulars of the case, but from what she's shown me and the things that I've seen, they've stolen her kid. And the court systems, I know firsthand the corruption of the court systems. A marriage that lasts 60 days should never go through litigation of now 1,019 days. And it's against the Constitution to award people who victimize the attorney fees. But now for a 60-day marriage, we're already at about $60,000 in attorney fees. And this isn't money that I have. I don't have any money. I'm a charity worker, they're right. And I give away everything that I have gladly, because my son taught me that none of that stuff matters. But, for them to be able to continue to do this, it's hurtful. So when this mom tells me, these people are lying, they're making things up, excuse me. They're making things up and, just making sure that I don't have access to my child anymore. And they're doing the same thing to me. So this is a problem all over the United States. I've reported to the FBI, to the Department of Justice, to the U.S. Attorney General, to the White House. They even sent confirmation that they got everything. So according to the Constitution, when government officials receive notification of corruption or, white collar crimes, they're supposed to investigate these things right away. And that's not what happens. So, I know there's not much I can continue to do. But what I can do is share my journey through grief, through loss, through love, through, everything, and hope that I'm able to inspire others and show you that no matter how much pain you go through, how much you think you are in the bottom of a lion's den and there's no way out, that you can survive it. And I survived this through faith. I have more faith than I could ever describe. And I want so badly one day to return home to Aiden. And I think often about those days when I do finish my work here and I get to open my eyes and I see Aiden. And I don't think I will ever run so fast in my life to grab him and kiss him and love him and hug him. So, I have a lot of plans coming up. I've expanded Aiden's Army of Angels. So in 3 years, we have become a foundation that is helping hundreds of families all over the United States. And we have branched out now to Houston, Illinois, New York, Nevada, and Texas. Well, Texas is Houston, Georgia. And that's currently where I am now. So I'm a Valley girl from California, and I went to Nevada to go to architect school, and it turned into a beautiful mess. And I had my son and, started the foundation. And, now I'm just become a completely different person. I want to explore the world. I want to go on a mission overseas and go to other countries and see what's really happening in these countries and how I can help. Because if there's anything that I could do to help children all over the world, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to give back to them and show them that people out here do care about them. We simply just don't know. So going to Jamaica, I learned so much about their culture and how much peace it brought me. And I'm just excited. I want to start an Angel Mom retreat where moms and dads can congregate together and find a way to heal through our loss. And then build connections and friendships with people that understand. Because a lot of us lose our families. A lot of us lose our friends. And what I went through, I lost a lot of people. And there's been a lot of times where I felt so alone. But the support of other angel parents and the families that I help, and Benji and Lily and all these beautiful children, as much as I am so drowning in pain, I see so much beauty still, and there's so much opportunity. And I want to adopt a child, so I haven't been able to through this process because I have no paperwork that states I'm divorced, and I should have an annulment. And we'll get into it in more episodes, but without this paperwork, it's hard for me to be able to adopt and move on. And I want to explore IVF. And people ask me, can I have kids? Yes, I can have kids, but I would like to have twins. I would like to have triplets. I'm 37 now, so I'm going to be turning 38 soon. So my clock is ticking, and I naturally probably have issues with men, and we'll get into that too in other episodes. But this is just going to be raw me letting you know how I'm feeling, what I'm going through, and hopefully my experiences and me sharing my feelings will help another angel mom realize that you're not alone, and these things are happening to people all over the world, and not just angel moms, single Black women that are having injustices in the court systems, or single Black women having trouble getting the same compensation and the same jobs and the same resources in hospitals. And there's just so many gaps in how we can make our community better, and I just want to explore all of those. So I'm hoping that this is a beginning of my healing, and I am going to take control back of my life and just start doing it. And when I run into those hurdles, I will share them with you guys, and I will share how I'm getting through them, if I do get through them, and how things turn out. And I hope that you guys will subscribe to my YouTube channel and continue to support me through my journey in loss and Aiden's Army of Angels.